There we go. We're all set up now. The last major con to 5. Sad, but we all knew. Oh, Lord. Not bad.
Never a moment's rest.
Not bad. Fairly accurate. Johnson self-loading rifle, 1941. Has a rotary magazine. No, I'm not. No. Well, at least he stopped. I'll give him that. Most people don't even do that. That worries me if we're beating them that bad already. Very pretty map. Let's go. Hot 6, it looks like. This is actually infantry only map. I figured you could at least the jeeps are right here. Wow. And now we're into where the map will be. Dude, turn around. F1 Junior, turn around. Oh. That's why we're beating their ass. We can't even get the foothold. Not bad. Rate of fire is decent. Wish I could test it on actual players. But oh well. That sucks. Well, one guy using a new gun. The M3 sniper. I've been way... Oh, it's cool that they brought that in, but realistically it showed up right at the end of the war. I'd been just as happy with the 1903 Springfield that we should have had when the Americans showed up, but oh well. Oh yeah, these are all the maps that they switched to Americans versus Germans. So now I believe Panzerstorm is American versus Germany now. Which I'm not sure is quite fair for the German vehicle tech tree, because the Americans get 6 specializations compared to the Doppelschuss. Firecrackers. I'll be interested to see how this weapon works. I'll be very interested. Oh yes, sure.
We'll be all right.
Hey! yes, the planes. I don't care if I'm lagging. Give me a P-51 Mustang, damn it. Oh, they're all gone. Sherman, when did you get a Valentine A? Interesting. Then make Greyhound. I want aeroplane. Give me an aeroplane. Wait a minute. I'm all for, bringing in new stuff, but changing maps, how they're laid out, not so sure. And I want to know how a Tiger is going to fare against a tank that has all these options. I really do. I did think there would be more people playing. That's I could actually find out how that would work out right now. Hmm. Handles well, if I wasn't lagging. I can't really complain with that gun, with that plane. It's P-51D Mustang. Has Allison engine in it. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I better get it a tank. Feels like these got a major speed boost. Yeah, again, I am lagging, so. Puma! Oh, you are so fast. Don't know how to feel about that. He was broadside to me, so I can't complain. But his gun should do a hell of a lot more damage to my vehicle. Yep, I'm right through there. Now that's what we'll do. Not bad. Not bad. I tend to play for historical accuracy, but at this point I think I'm just going to throw that out the window. The game's done. I've been here since it released. And like I said in the name of the stream, it's bittersweet ending for the last major content drop. But at least we got content. Instead of just saying, yeah, we're just killing it here. And it's just, that's how it's going to be, and we're going to deal with it. Give them a lot of props for that. A lot of this stuff should have been in here from a long time ago. Like this should have been the arsenal that was given. But unfortunately, that's not how things panned out. But I've had fun with this game countless times. A lot of good memories made with this game. It's not done yet, obviously, but it's a shame that they couldn't keep the live service going. Of course, it doesn't help. But I mean, it's also there's a lot of things they could have done differently than what they did.
Are you okay?
Unfortunately, just updating the game without having a combat test environment, a CTE, essentially, or testing servers where people can get in and test it. Be like, yeah, this needs to be tweaked, this needs to be the same, or this, you should do this, you should do that to make it better. They didn't have that. I think that has a lot to do with it, as well as them saying it's going to be a live service. There's going to be constant updates. Well, when you have nothing to support the game afterwards, after release, and yes, I was one of the people that bought the early enlister. Why did you do? Why did you do that? I did buy the early enlister deluxe edition bullshit. I pre-ordered. As soon as they announced, I pre-ordered. I'm not like the game says I'm a Battlefield veteran. I've played since I played 3, never played the multiplayer, didn't have internet back then. At least I didn't have internet where I grew up at that point, so I could actually game. But my first Battlefield, and I played all the recent ones. My first one I kind of got the first multiplayer experience from was Hardline, which a lot of people didn't like. Which around, I didn't find it to be that bad. Then a week before Battlefield 1 came out, I got Battlefield 4, and I played through the campaign of that and the multiplayer. Really good. After playing Battlefield 4's multiplayer, I wouldn't go back to Hardline, because Hardline was just, at its core, a dumbed-down Battlefield 4. So, at that point, I ended up just kind of... Battlefield 5 was my first actual, like, big release Battlefield game, which, and a lot of people, you know, they were okay with that one, but it did leave a sour taste. A lot of people didn't really like the World War I time frame. A lot of people like to stay with the modern combat. A lot of my friends prefer the modern combat for Battlefield, and I'm one of the ones, I'll play either. Personally, I like World War II, World War I era games, just because I'm a bit of a war. I like war history. You know, I'm big into firearms, as far as firearms history, how they work, how they, you know, the whole spiel. Oh, that's pretty good. But I'm big into that kind of stuff. I mean, if I ever get the chance to get a Swiss KS31 like what I'm using right now, chances are I'm going to buy one because I like to see how it came about. I'll research a lot more into it. I'll find out more about the gun. But back to the top of Japan, Battlefield 1 was kind of got me into all that stuff because of the codex. For those of you that didn't ever play Battlefield 1, which if you're watching the stream, I highly doubt you haven't played Battlefield at some point, or if you've ever played Battlefield 1, in a match in multiplayer, or in the campaign, you unlock an entry. Like 10 kills with a Lee Enfield rifle, you got an entry about the Lee Enfield rifle. And I absolutely love that, and it was my goal to get all these codex entries. I love that pistol. Sounds amazing on the P51. But, and it got me into the firearm history and like how World War I kind of played out. And of course, at that point, I'm like, okay, is this real? So I ended up looking up stuff, and at which point I'd end up finding C&R Arsenal, which is a YouTube channel. If you're into firearms history or how the firearm worked from like the World War I time frame, right? Like at this moment, highly recommend their channel. They're great. They're funny. Very informative if you're looking into weapon history and how it kind of functions. It's a lot more history, production numbers type of stuff. The more technical stuff than what most people want to see. Most people are like, oh, just shoot the gun, shoot the gun. And if they can, ooh, that's a Puma. If they can, they will actually shoot the firearm. If they're lucky. There's sometimes they can't. But for the most part, they do. And at school, they fired a tank Guevara, which is the anti-tank rifle from, that was in Battlefield 1. Machine guns, the Lewis gun, the Vickers, the Maxim, a Madsen. They've gotten their hands on a Show Shots, 30-06 or 8mm Lebel. They've got an episode in wait for the Velar Barossa, which would, if you played Battlefield 1, was the submachine gun sentry kit. That wicked little gun. They have an episode coming up on that here pretty soon, I hope. And other than see it, and that's kind of what got me really into the firearms aspect of how it worked, caliber, who used them. Oh my God, we're getting our butts kicked. And then I found Ian McCullum out of Forgotten Weapons. Most people know who that is, or just by Gun Jesus, his nickname is. I mean, there's that. There's countless other channels that I looked into for war history, and it's kind of got me on the path of what I do for my hobbies today. And so when Battlefield 1 ended, I'm like, well, and the last few matches for Battlefield 1, me and my buddies, some of them were frustrating because of how they were laid out. And it just made it hard to want to keep playing it, especially after my game's been out, and they're like, hey, friends are like, we're going to play something else. It's like, okay, I'll just keep playing Battlefield, and I did. For the most part, I would keep going back to Battlefield 1, or Battlefield 4. At that point, I never played Hardline after that. I played all these different Battlefield. I just got. I almost died. But I mean, I just play Battlefield. I mean, I played a lot of Battlefield 1. I tried to play the base maps to where I could actually get with the regular community, because I also had premium. And all the weapons they brought in with that, all the expansions. Battlefield 1 wasn't by no means perfect, but when it released, I will at least say there were nowhere nearly as many bugs or glitches to my memory that I can remember. Time for me to leave.
Danger! Over there! Watch there! Enemy armored vehicle! There! You'll be okay now. I got you!
Good to you. Sorry about that. I just stopped talking. Kind of got into a heated thing there. But yeah, I just played. Eventually, I ended up having to. I stopped. But when they announced that Battlefield 5 was going to be a thing. Actually, really? Okay, that's weird. But I just continued to play. But then Battlefield 5 was announced, and I pre-ordered it as soon as I could. Because I was so happy with Battlefield 1, and I found out, oh yeah, they're going back to World War II. And then I love the World War II and World War I time frame. I like to study the history, and it was a lot of fun for me to, dig in, oh, this is how this gun works, this is how this, does that, this is why this was made, yada yada yada. But at the time, I'm seeing all the gameplay footage, and I see the whole prosthetic arm, and oh, it's a woman on the cover. I didn't give a shit. It's like, okay, the company's been around for a long time. I don't care. It's World War II themed. I'm happy. And they want to go for an accurate World War II setting. Hey, you know what? All the press stuff they did, yeah, not smart. Probably not the best idea for how they approached this game. But I'll say, through all the promotional material, I still decided, hey, I'm going to stick with it.
Need to capture
I'm not
that
going to
objective.
pre-order. I'm just going to go with it. Well, game drops. When it first dropped, despite the glitches that would happen, or that was there and all the other crap, I liked the Puma. I liked the fact of the attrition idea that you start with limited ammo and the guns actually kill you. Like, it did not take many bullets at all to kill you. And I like that because it gave it this somewhat I don't know, gave it the game more of a, like, you need to make your life count. My friends, we all loved it. Like, hey, this is really good. They had that rhythm down pat just right. And, oh, that's a glitch.
Secure this objective! Watch over there! go, soldier!
I thought that was good. But I stick with the game. It was really fun. Sorry if I keep stopping there. I end up getting focused. And I shouldn't probably, but I keep coming back to the game, and I couldn't put it down. Well, eventually they had the big first TTK update, which changed everything. And they didn't have kill. They had a kill cam, but it wasn't a kill cam when the game first came out. For those that were here long enough, that were here from the beginning, they had a kill cam, which I absolutely hate. I hate the idea of a kill cam in a game like this. I absolutely hate it. As far as I'm concerned, if I am shooting at you, if I'm a recon and I shoot you from far distance, the only thing that they would give you, it would point you in their direction. So you had a generalized idea of where they were at. I love that. Like, he's in this area, and you can ping that area like this.
Eyes over there!
All you want. If you're lucky, you hit him and it turns red. You just keep highlighting. For the most part, you didn't know, so you'd have to go and investigate. That update comes in, kill cam, zooms right on him, and I'm going, well, that's kind of shitty. I don't like that. But enough people had complained that we want this, we want that, and they catered to that. Which, hey, you know, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Ooh. Sorry about that. My friend just messaged me. That is nice. But they ended up just doing all these things. Well, eventually they nerfed the TTK update, but it did revert things back to the way they were.
Everybody go! Go!
And so they ended up not reverting it back to the way it was. Which, hey, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I don't work at DICE. That was cute. But it just got to that point where a lot of my friends, after that update, they said, no, I'm done. They're like, they just changed the game without doing it, and then I managed to get a couple of them back. Like, hey, it's somewhat fixed. It's not like it used to be, but it's at least it's fun again. So they came back, and hold on, I gotta join this party invite, and they ended up just doing another update. And my friend, all my guys I played with said, that's enough, I'm done, and they quit this Battlefield. They still think this is the worst Battlefield they had, and I'm not gonna lie, it probably is, because of all the BS that they had to go through and to make a good game. But I stayed through and I played, and I still had a lot of fun. And then, you know, Pacific came out really good, and then another TTK update which ruined it, and then this is how we're gonna end it. Which, bittersweet. At least it wasn't a TTK change, thank God, because I just uninstalled the game. It's like, yeah, I'm done. But I'll still probably play it a little bit here and there before the new Battlefield. But yeah, that's kind of my opinions on what was going down and kind of testing some of the stuff. The matches weren't the greatest, but I got to test some stuff out. So y'all take it easy. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next broadcast if I have one.